सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.
You're listening to Bare Knuckle Bhakti Shorties on the Bhakti Recovery Podcast with Jiva G, coming at you every Monday with a little spiritual something.
Hello, my friends. It's Shorty Monday. I know I said it was going to be sporadic, and it is sporadic. We're not exactly hitting the time where it's supposed to be every Monday and every Thursday. I'm doing my best. Just keep posted. I hope you guys are following and subscribing and getting notices when the new ones come out. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about the committee upstairs. I'm not talking about the committee upstairs of God. I'm talking about the committee upstairs in my big fat head. And how important it is to stick to the plan. Follow a plan and stick to it, and how absolutely life-changing that can be. And the plan does not have to be completely intricate. The plan has to be personally designed for where you are, exactly when you are at that point. And the plan can be different every day. But the plan has to have A, a spiritual higher purpose, B, a connection with God, C, has to have something programmed, 12-step oriented, and D, has to have something that will help us evolve. So that sounds a lot, doesn't it? But when we start real small, that's how we should start. And it's actually not small. Little things, if you're an addict, if you're a recovering addict like myself, trying to find some sort of daily discipline is really difficult. Now, when I first walked into the program, it was 90 meetings, 90 days, call your sponsor, read literature, say thank you in the morning, say please in the morning and thank you at the evening to God. That was my program every day. And even then I didn't do it perfectly. But I tried, and it was simple. Then I incorporated making my bed. And then I incorporated going to more meetings. Then I incorporate just little things, certain prayers, this and that. It's really been probably the most amazing lesson that I could possibly learn, is sticking with a small plan. And especially because that plan doesn't come from my messed up head. If I'm running around letting the I, me, myself, little I, ego me, not the God-oriented me, the ego me, if that's running around taking precedent over my whole day, man, I'm in trouble. And the people who love me are probably also in trouble. And that's been a process through trial and error. If you have a spiritual program, if you have a religion, incorporate those things in there. Use it. These are tools. If you don't relate to it and it doesn't work, use another tool. But use the tools and make a plan. Well, my head is all over the place, and I'm trying to get something done. I've got a disease that wants to see me suffer. And will do everything. It's kind of like, remember Catch the Pigeon? Dastardly, what was his name? Something Dastardly. And he was always planning how to mess up all those other all the other people who are building cars and all that stuff. That's kind of like my disease. This is what it does. What am I doing to protect myself from that? A lot of people, and even I've learned this, my disease is 24/7. I'm living on a planet that's not really propelled by God-conscious principles. And that's going to affect me every single day. And so when I'm choosing to go in a direction of higher thinking, simple living, when I'm choosing that direction, there are going to be forces that are going to try to keep me down from that. It is an inner struggle. But with really simple, tangible tools, I can be lucky for the day to get out of that struggle. It's not a guarantee for the rest of my life, but it is a guarantee in that day. As soon as I have a choice, if I'm free from the bondage of addictions and associated behaviors, I'm relatively free in that day to love God and feel that God's loving me as well. That's where there's freedom. But I gotta work for that. I really do. And it's not like I have to constantly work. I mean, yes, I do, but it's not like I can constantly work. Sometimes I just give in and I buy the simplest, the lesser of evils. I won't go into drinking. I won't go into drugging. I won't go into any of those things anymore. But I'll sink into some material, something to fill that God-sized hole. And that's okay, because that's where I'm at on that day. And there are other days where I don't do that. I can't say this more often. I can't even, there's no way that I wish I could take this knowledge that I have, this experience that I have, and just plant it. First of all, in my own head, in my own heart, then the deepest Krishna consciousness, God consciousness that I have, and share that with everybody else. Because I don't even listen to it myself. That knowledge of knowing what's right, we have to take small steps. We have to take steps to exercise that choice. Because it's a choice. Sometimes it doesn't feel like a choice. And actually sometimes we're so in illusion that we don't feel we have a choice. That the pull is so strong. God, there's so many facets to this. And there's so many options, and there's so many solutions. Problems won't exist if there wasn't a solution. It's just the way that is. Problems don't exist without a solution. Solutions don't exist without there being a problem. One doesn't exist without the other. I was thinking about, I was speaking today with somebody about tools, spiritual tools in different faiths, all leading to the same cause, all leading to the same space. And the most important thing is that if you pick one, just do it. Go to meetings, call your sponsor, read some literature, make your damn bed. Actually, I did not make my bed today. Guys, I didn't make my bed today. But I'm out for a walk today. I literally dragged myself out of the apartment to walk today. I did not want to walk today. I did not want to be out here. And when I get out here, I'm like, why the hell do I not want to be here? You hear me every time I do my shorty. I'm like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. No, but my disease wants me sitting in the kitchen, doing something else, avoiding my plan for the day, which is like a circle of going down that hole. It's the very beginning. It's a small thing. Oh, so you didn't go for a walk today. There's no worries. Don't worry about it. But that's where it starts. I start my day with a walk. I don't want to stop that. It's something that helps me. It helps the cause of me trying to get to a place where I am not discontent anymore. Being on this earth, feeling that and knowing where we are, knowing what our true position is here, on earth as a Krishna conscious person, even as a Christian. We're not really supposed to be here. I mean, we are, because it was our choice. But having that knowledge and seeing the really dysfunctional, not so nice parts of this earth, being here, it's unsettling. But if I'm able to accept, okay, this is where I'm at. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm doing here. I'm burning off my karma. When I can accept that, then yeah, we make the best out of a bad deal, don't we? If that's our way of thinking. You know, today when I was speaking with someone else, I got tears in my eyes because I thought, after quitting drugs and alcohol and surrendering, it would never get better than that. And there were tears of gratitude and tears of sadness at the same time. That miracle happened for me, and it was wondrous. I don't know if I will ever experience that pink cloud again that I had of the whole world is open to me, and I can choose to live life the way I want to live life and not let the powers that be dictate my next move. Not let my feelings dictate my next move. Not let my negative thoughts dictate my next move. Not let my drugs enslave me to make me get up in the morning, sick out of my mind, trying to figure out a way to get that next fix. The freedom that I experienced doing that, having that experience, the freedom of letting go of that. No, sorry, I'm going to reiterate. The freedom of God taking that obsession away from me, because I did not do that. He took it away, and yes, I also let go at the same time. But not because I was such a smart person. It was because I was beaten into submission. At some point, you let go. I had a similar spiritual awakening, moment of bliss, is when I came to a deeper understanding of God through the Bhakti process and addressing my codependent issues. That was one of the hardest things that I've ever done in my life. Addressing that and realizing that I had been living a life that was not authentic and that it was not healthy for me. I took the softer, easy way out, settled and compromised and bent over backwards to try to fit into a world that I didn't belong in, with a person who I didn't belong with. And I'm not punishing myself for that. If I look back, there's no punishment there. All I wanted to do was somehow find what it is, and I think all of us have that quest. What am I made for? Why am I here? You know, for me, it was such a long journey of deduction. I took everything that I could as an addict. I've got the disease of more. I took everything I could and used it until it was just a dead fish. Until I had nothing left to put into that God-sized hole. Nothing. Empty. No matter what I did, I exhausted everything. Anything on this material plane, I have exhausted it. Trying to satisfy that itch. Which leads to that spiral, to that vicious circle going downwards. So having a plan for the day, that's something that can change that trajectory. That's something that can change your course. Sorry, I can't say that word right now. It changes the course, and it changes the actual direction that you're going. Instead of going through that spiral downward, instead of going and concentrating on the things that are making you dissatisfied and all the things that are going to distract you, by making one small little choice, by following your plan to go in G-O-D direction, good orderly direction, God direction, by doing that, you have just set God in motion. And God is not just some spiritual thought. It's actual tangible action. That's what I love about every single spiritual path, because most of them, if they're a good one, they'll give you tools. They'll give you something to say, okay, so do this and do that. Chant some mantras, do this, sit in prayer and meditation, sing, whatever it is. Those are your chances and your tools in order to build your spiritual house. And when I say having a choice today, my experience has been this. I can only have a choice when all of my choices have been completely exhausted, when I thought I had a choice, and that I stopped listening to the I, me, myself. You want to change yourself? You want to change? You want to get better? Start small. The first step. I admit I'm powerless over my addictions and associated behaviors. My life has become unmanageable. That's the first step. To change your whole life, you don't have to change your whole life at first. You start with small stuff. Make a plan for today, guys. I encourage you. Make a plan. I told you my plan for the day. I'm doing it right now. This was my first plan. My first plan is going out into the woods, and I can tell you something. I did not want to go out today. Me, I didn't want to go out. I wanted to sit comfortably in my kitchen and take the softer, easier way out. I wanted to be comfortable. I don't want to go out in the woods and do something that's good for myself. And guess what? I'm in the woods doing it anyway. Why? Because I know that if I don't stick with the plan, I'm going to feel icky and shitty about myself. Every time I come out here, I have a connection with God. Plus, I get a shorty done. It's the best. The rest of my plan today is really simple. I'm going to go home. I'm going to do some stretching. I'm going to pray. I'm going to write something for recovery. I'm going to go to a meeting. And before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to thank God. I'm going to thank God for this day, that I was able to stick to the plan. So guys, I really hope this helped somebody. I can tell you it really helped me. And I hope you guys have a great week. And we'll talk to you soon. Haribo.
Thanks for listening. I hope you liked the Monday Shorties. Don't forget to check out our full-length episodes on Thursdays. If you like what you heard, spread the word. Peace out.
सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज.
The miseries of material existence and the most hopeless conditions of life is the best possible opportunity to turn to God.